Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Just wanted to say, yesterday I played a 10 session, but we only played for like 40, I think it was 45 minutes. We did turn two cash tables into about $30 or $40, and then the other one hit about 30, mid 30s, and then we ran into a bit of unluck. Also, still playing a little bit bad. What I have noticed with 10NL, their stealing is a lot better. Where our stealing is actually really good for 2NL, 5NL now, we've improved. But people will actually read that we're stealing, and then they'll actually try and shove us very lightly, and we need to implement in that in our game as well. So while we're grinding it out at 5NL, in the background I'm going to be trying to learn more about stealing and just the blinds, just how it all works, and go from there. Also, the other goal is probably about 250 before we go back to 10NL, and that'll give us at least 5 to 7 buy-ins at least, just to have a proper go, and not be afraid of losing all our stacks as well. So I think that's what we're going for. And another thing too is we did all right with the 5NL. When we dropped down the stakes yesterday, I added $15, and then from all the play that we played as well, 10NL and all that, we actually boosted our C dollars back up to 20, which was nice as well. So we actually got a $15 C dollar from the flip on the daily flip. So that's the reason why you try and play as much as you can, because we actually made $80 one day, or 89, and that you will never get that from the micros generally. We could probably call this. We could probably 3-bet. I got a 3-bet against the cutoff there. All right, it's going to go from here. So good continuation bet here for Ace King. We don't always continuation bet, although this board's not really great, but against the cutoff, who knows? Maybe he might actually fold there. But I think we'll give up if we don't hit our hands. We've got kings. Hopefully everyone's doing fine. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the content as well. Especially enjoying replying to everyone's comments as well. It's pretty good. And now I'm starting to run into people that are actually seeing me playing against me on here and sending comments as well. But they're actually seeing older videos of me, because currently I'm probably about 2 weeks ahead of, we're about 2 weeks ahead of what the videos are being released, because I've been on holiday, so I've been able to do more than one session a day, and we're just trying to grind out as much. So currently, just to give you an idea, it's the 16th here now. We've got about 2 more days of holidays, and I go back on Thursday. So today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Had to make sure we're in holiday mode. A2 suited. We've got a steal here, hopefully. All right, so we're gonna put our mind in the game now. I don't want to lose too much. So the idea with stealing, right? You just want to take it more than what you're losing when they try and steal from you. So you don't always have to attack them when you know full well that they're going to go to attack you. All right, because he's min bet, we could probably raise here. He could be trying to open up with any two. This is probably a good spot with kings, unless he's got a king. And we're in the blinds as well, in the big blind. Often we'll have ace king in his mind, and he should be able to fold this. Doesn't fold. I'm going to shoot a double barrel and then go from there. If he calls again, he's definitely got a king. If he folds here, he must know that we've got ace king. He must not. He doesn't believe me. All right, last chance. Pocket queens, wow. He actually called with pocket queens. Okay. Alright, so we got rid of the C dollars. Alright, gotta open up there. So anyway, we just got rid of a buy-in. Probably unlucky, to be fair. If he didn't have pockets, he was folding. It was a triple barrel. And it's quite often that, it means quite often if we have a king there, he's paying us off. Okay, so not a great start, but who cares? Like, we just tried something different now. You got to always keep trying to improve. Oh, we got ace 8 in their range now. Ah, okay, we've increased ace 8. Yep. Just wanted to double check that. That's fine. Just as we get better post flop, we're going to open our range up a little bit. Got really tight. I'm just going to call here. Got out of position, but good turn cards are coming our way, so I think we'll at least call one. And then we could even check raise the turn. And then you could have a decent bluffing chance on the river. But we've got to be careful. Alright, so we're going to the river, hopefully get a heart. Been playing very tightly, but not today. I've just tried something different with the stealing. And this is going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. We can actually raise here. It's a half bet. He could have the king. And he folds. Alright, so sweet. So sometimes what they'll have is top pair. And they'll be scared. And then they'll let go of the hand. And then we steal from them. Okay. There is that possible chance. But you need to make sure you got plenty of outs. Also, we could have flat here. Should be easy post flop actually. So it's a hit and miss this board. So it's fine. If you had two clubs, maybe an ace, we jam it. And you're just wheeling and dealing. Seems expensive, but it can work out. Got pocket tens. Let's go. I'm gonna let go with ace 8 suited just because we could be out of position a lot of the time. So we don't know if the dealer has got a big hand. If the dealer's got a big hand, you're going to be in a situation where you might have to call a pre-flop jam. And a lot of times people aren't bluffing at this stakes. Big turn bet here. I'm going to let it go. Just the fact that there could be two clubs there. Now you got an ace of clubs, but I think we can let go of jacks there. Let go of tens there pretty easily. Was a very strong bet. Got to pay attention to the strong bets, especially at the micros. If everyone checks to us, we can bet here with ace jack, I think. You try and use position. And there we go. Alright, so we've made up a little bit. Got a call here to see. Got to stop calling too much from the big blinds though. What I have been doing is been forcing myself to fold even legitimate hands that you could easily call with. Because the thing is, what I've noticed is I've been chasing too much out of position and it doesn't do any good. It just doesn't do any good. And when you're out of position, you get forced to pay for your outs. And we're going to be opening from the dealer button still the most of, but I've definitely tightened up my range in the cutoff. And we'll have times where we're going to start stealing as well. But yeah, Queen 7 we can open up here. That should be fine. Should be a lot of folds from the big blind, small blind. Double 10 9 can hit and miss our opponent. So if he checks us, we can definitely bet here. 10s could be in our range. 8 7's gone. It wasn't actually, we had a gut shot with the 8 7, so we probably could have called. Alright, so this is a stealing spot with ace 5. And then we get that, that's fine. So when you've only got one more opponent to beat, it's fine. But it gets pretty tricky when they start playing back, because then you've got to work out whether or not are they calling you or beating you. So I'm going to call it here because this is a hand that I play from the dealer. And then we just let go if there's no sign there. But it's a playable hand post flop, but just not that time. All right, ace queen, got a raise. 7-2's gone. Let's go. What's he gonna do? This guy, just a standard. This is a standard guy. I did get caught with someone with pocket kings yesterday, with an ace queen. He's gonna continue betting here. He could make a straight. He could. All right, just gonna jam. He could have pocket kings here and fold. If he's got a set, he should have already called already. But I think he could have like had king queen there quite often. think the river killed him. We could probably have checked there on the river and then induced a bluff, but sometimes people will call the river, so you need to make sure you put your bet in. Alright, so we can 3-bet here. This guy, they all look pretty tight. They're all pretty similar. There is a few differences, like you'll see ATS, which is their attempts to steal. So when that goes higher, you know that they steal a lot more. They're a bit more of a maniac type player, I'd just say. But there is a lot of tight players, but there is distinct differences. All right, 10-4 suited. Everyone folds, that's fine. Would have been a grey flop. Would have had open ender. Right, good ace 8. Got to play at him. In the small blind, you typically want to just bet or you want to raise or fold. That's pretty much how easy it is. It's not very hard at all. Just raise or fold from the small blind and be pretty tight. Like that's usually the tightest position on the table. Sometimes I go for a squeeze with king suited type hands, but not this time. Especially early position, you don't want to really play against someone who's going to have like an ace king or a king queen, king jack. We do have suitors, but he could even have ace queen of suits, and you just can go to hell pretty quickly. 4-2's gone. 9-4's gone as well. Like I said, this is very tight compared to how I've used to play, but it just seems to be working at the moment. And it keeps our numbers down too, so that means when we try and steal, they will believe us as well. And let's say if they don't believe us, then they'll pay off our big hands as well. So there is upside and downside to stealing and, you know, trying to be straightforward as well. But you don't have to always be a straightforward player. You just want to make sure you've got your image and know what your image is on the table. So a couple of people have, you know, at least one person has come in the comments just recently and said, you know, you're a fish as well. Yeah, we're all fishes. I must have said something about fish type players. And he goes, you're a fish as well. And it's like, that's fine as well. We're all fish. Just try and improve our games. We all are. That's what the whole point is of these videos. Hopefully you can watch me try and improve my game and see how we go from there. Just going to check here. It's quite simple. Just get the free card. Do I have a gut shot? I'm going to bet there and see if I can get an easy pot. I do. That's nice. Probably could argue about opening there, but we're opening it anyway. Okay, so we fit the board. He could have overcards, he could have undercards, he could have, you know, he could have small pockets that he's missed. Just trying to set mine. I'm going to continue betting, but he could have king queen here. So if we bet here, he could re-raise us. If he bet into us now, we could probably almost let go of the hand. So this is the question: what's he going to do? So he must know that we've actually got a decent hand now. So he just lets go, and that's fine. You know, he could also have a hand like queen, just trying to get an open ender and pay us off, and then go check on the turn river, and then check. That's fine. All right, so we just got to make sure you charge them when you have the best hand. And if they have a set of sixes, there, so be it. Can't stress too much. Small blind going to open up anything if there's a chance for them to fold everything. Just be aware that they will play you. I'm going to continue the heat. Just a dead board here. He could also hit a jack here, hit his range. Also, if he calls back, eventually hit the 2 anyway. So we could have actually run a big bluff, or it looks like we're running a big bluff. Because the way we play sometimes is, you know, it looks like we're just bluffing our stack, but that 2 comes along and you've got that straight. They're paying you off. So you do make your money back that way. It's just a really weird way of doing it, but just trying to get my head around it actually with the stealing, like the blind stealing, the dealer, the cutoff. It's a big part of it because you just don't want to, you know, if you just played regular and just normal the whole time, you're not going to make your hands all the time and people are going to start stealing your money. I'm not going to call a 9 for offsuit, but you can actually click on their stats here and you can see their attempt to steal. And if it's like 70 plus or 80 plus, you could literally just start firing away at them, and 9 times out of 10 they're just going to fold to you, because if they got like close to 100%, that means they're attacking you with any two hands, and if you force the big dollars on them, they're going to fold most times. And let's say you do it 3 times. If it works 2 out of 3 times, you're losing a stack once. Say 38%, he's got it legit. But if you do it, you win 2 stacks and lose 1 stack. It's not that bad. I mean, you got to include rake, I guess, into it, but I don't know. I just think it's a bit of fun. You get aces. Ace threes, 8-3's gone. 5-3's gone. What's going on with the aces here? And also, when you start stealing a lot more, people won't believe your bets as much. We got quads. Quad aces early on in the video too. Just got to check behind. We can slow play quads. It's probably the only hand we can slow play. And he folds. I just wanted to try and get something out of it. But unfortunately, it didn't work. Alright, got ace 4 suited. Definitely not calling with. You could also call behind as well. Just keep the pot low. Pocket fives. Hit an ace. Hit a diamond as well. Just check behind. Just keep the pot quite low. 9 cents. I'm going to call. Just chase that 5. Hit a diamond. If he checks now, we can actually attack him. We're just going to let go. Okay, we have to call. Check on the river is fine as well. If he bets again, we're probably letting go. Alright, check on the river. He could have a better ace though. Could have a jack. Alright, so he's got jack 10. But sometimes they will have a slightly better ace. I guess you could go for a thin value bet on the river there, which we could have done. And the thing is, if you get good enough to do the thin value bets, you can actually tell when your opponent doesn't have a better hand and then tries to bluff you off the hand. So if you do it enough, you got to remember those spots. It's like one of the sessions I did the other day, where I was bluffing and I could tell by the end of it, my opponent just knew that spot so well that I was just wasting my time bluffing. Alright, so he's checked here. I'm just going to put a bet in. Hopefully he folds. But not everyone knows those spots as good. So I think between the worst and the best players at the moment, we're somewhere in the middle. But I think we're still improving. 5NL, I think we're not going to be stuck here too long. I think we should be able to move up in to 10NL pretty quickly, probably next week. So probably within 10 sessions, hopefully we can go back to 10NL, have a go there. Also, there's the fact of there's also the fact of trying to if you play enough, you get those C dollars as well, which is fine. So we want to make sure we're playing a bit more. Just trying to steal from the big blinds, but today they're all calling. All right, so this one actually worked. A couple of them haven't worked, and they're actually fighting back. But it's very important that you let go of the hand. Don't put any cent more in the hand, unless you have a specific plan that you're trying to aim for. Because you've got another plan. All right, so he's opened. We 3-bet. Now he's 4-betted. And we're just gonna let go of the hand. Because it could be in a lot of trouble in that hand. It's not a great hand. I'm happy to let go there. He looked like a straightforward player. His steal rate was like down to 30s, which means if he's got a bet, he's not bluffing as much. So you could definitely tell at worst he's probably got a really strong ace, like an ace king, or he could have like pocket jacks, pocket queens, pocket tens. No, just any pockets that's bigger than our 2 cards. And that's just not what you want. Okay, nice. I'm always scared of pocket kings at the moment. Was a bit of a scary board though, especially for his calling. Like his calling range, that could smash all that, and he could hit a set quite easily. All right, good ace two, good opener. That probably get a folded if someone else opens though. Shake eight's gone. All right, got pocket twos. All right, we can open up with ace two, win the steals. Pocket twos here, we could call it a three bet. Makes the hand very easy, especially if we hit a two like there, but unfortunately didn't. Sometimes, sometimes the three bet makes the hand a lot easier to play. Either you get to be all in, you work out if you're going to make it all the way to the end, or you get to fold and get out of the way. King five offsuit's gone. King jack, we're in. It's actually a good playable hand in the blinds. I'm going to bet one just because it's a dead board. If he doesn't have spades, he's folding. Do have an open ender. He could have two spades in the hand. Let's see the size of his bet. I'm going to fold because of the spades. Yeah, and luckily the spade come out as well. If there was no flush there, we're probably calling the turn anyway. I got a three bet king jack offsuit against the deal button. He did bet quite low, I think it was. Min bet's 10, 2.5 is 13, so it's going to value bet this with the jack, and that should be fine. But definitely a scary board with the clubs, and so a bit of a dynamic. Oh, it was a bit of a connected board really, so I need to be actually in there. All right, and this is the problem when you call too many big blinds. You're just going to get out the hand too many times and not make it. He hit on the river, but because he's in an early position, you just don't know if he's got a better hand than that. And he could easily have a stronger queen than us. So you're just losing a lot of money in the big blinds. So you're probably better off folding everything apart from your premium hands against an early riser. Or an early riser, but an early positioner. I just got a bet here. He didn't raise us pre-flop. I'm going to call 6-4 suited. Hit the board. Get a free card, hopefully a jack. Okay, there is a flush here. Hit a 6, so I'm going to hit again. These guys can play quite wide. And just going to check here. I didn't think, I was getting no value. But we were in front the whole hand. I'm going to bet this. He could fold a lot of times. He might actually raise as well. 100% still, but we probably couldn't beat. He's unless we check call. And that's the problem. You can get sticky. Maybe once he raised, we should have followed that hand as well. So I'm still learning these scenarios, still improving it, but obviously we lost a little bit with that play, but I'm not overly concerned. I mean, the bigger picture, you got to win and lose a lot in those areas, but while you're learning, you got to pay for it. Yeah, I'm just going to fold. Just don't feel like 10-7 offsuit. So even the small blind, I think we're just not attacking back too much because it's just the worst position. With this hand, pretty happy actually. Got top pair, got open ender. We could probably bet here and he might let go of a lot of hands. If he's got king jack, we're crying. There's always that chance. Got pocket kings against min raise. We're going to bet quite large. He's a small stack as well. Not really worried about the 28, but he could be trying to trap. But we're not going to worry about him trying to trap at this moment. He didn't 3-bet. We're going to bet quite large. We're probably thinking about all stacks in. Alright, just going all stacks in. There's no straight on the board. If he's hit a set, so be it. Yeah, so be it. Pocket twos, but so be it. Well, actually, no. Thinking about it, nah, stuff that. Thinking about it, there was no high card, so it could be pretty obvious that he's got something like that. That's cool. All right, hidden ace. He could have ace queen, ace jack. So what are we looking at here? Pretty happy with ace king, especially on this board. I guess with pocket kings, we could have went for pot control as well. Could have bet quite large here. Hands like ace queen, ace jack might actually call. And this will charge his clubs. And if a club comes out, we're going to check if he calls. Alright, got a gut shot with a 9. Got to bet it. Didn't hit it. And he got out the hand with ace king, so nice hand for ace king. Just checking behind, we didn't actually full bet. Accidentally called, didn't mean to call that one. No, there is diamonds though, there's a bit of hope. Turns a diamond hopefully, but no, I'm going to get out that hand. Don't need to make more than one mistake in that hand, and that was calling. I think that picture of that kid's really annoying. Really annoys me. Queen 6 is gone. Got ace 9 suited. Feel like a 6-2 suited there. Just being out of position it just doesn't cost. But yeah, hit pocket kings are like my worst hand at the moment. They shouldn't be. It should be a highly profitable hand. Let's go flat. All right, so we got need a 5 for the wheel. Okay, we get a hand. Raise him actually and see what he does. If he's got a set, he's paying, but yeah, I could have probably kept calling him down, I guess. Anyway, that was a nice hand. If he had a set, he was probably calling. We did the greedy bet, so probably should have just called him down. It was a nice hand for ace. The ace suited hand anyway. All right, so nice steal there. So it happens enough for us just to give up on the hand if we get called down. Obviously, if we do make a good hand, we can play it back, but those flops are just not going to come around. And like you saw with the other hand, with that 6-4 suited hand, we really just got stuck with it, and it just wasn't worth it. We lost a couple of dollars when we shouldn't have lost anything. Should have just lost what we were trying to steal at that time. I could 3-bet here, king 10 suited. We are out of position as well. A7 out of position's gone. Got ace queen suited, which is a nice hand. 9-5's gone. Alright, we can 4-bet this, I reckon. What's this type of player though? He 3-bet's quite large, quite wide, so we could probably raise him. Going for another steal with 9-7. Yeah, and that's, you're happy to for everyone to follow. It's just free money that way. That was good. Also, if they bet us, if he raises with a 4-bet, I guess we have to call there. I got a call with 7-6. I'm flooding it. A lot of flops go our way. Alright, so we've got an open ender. Wouldn't have got there, so it was nice that he folded. And that was a playback steal, like he was playing back, but we had a decent hand that time. Okay, so we have to call. We're going to open ender. I thought we actually had the straight to begin with, but never mind. Alright, so we're going to open ender. We're not going anywhere. We've hit the straight. Has he hit... if he's hit a set, he's paying us the whole stack. Let's get a bet here and see if he calls it off. There's a 3-bet. Was thinking about over-shoving as well. If I over-shove there, he might be paying as well, so I might be losing a little bit off the table. But always bet big there, especially when he could easily have ace-king. You've seen me pay off ace-king so many times, it's not funny. So it's good to be on the other side of things anyway. King 10, I'm going to raise. Bit of play. Alright, we've hit the 10, we've got a calling hand. Ace Queen just checking there, we've got a lot here. Bet's quite big. Do I have a calling hand though? And there you go, he's bluffed it. So there is a spot sometimes where they try and bluff you, and you've got to make your best. You've just got to make your best assumptions, and you just got to learn these spots where they try. When there's a huge chance they're bluffing, second best pairs will actually be the best hand. So now we've caught. So it sort of evens out now that we tried to take someone else's. In that spot, and we called someone else who tried taking it. So that sort of erases that. So that's fine. Got aces, got jacks, both raising up as much as we can. All right, just got a jam. Got king queen. This is a common spot now. Are we calling a jam? I'm going to fold actually the jacks. Could possibly have called that though. Don't have enough information, I don't think, on that player. So it was a nice hand for pocket aces anyway. Got jack 10 suited. I can 3-bet this one actually. Try and isolate the cutoff. Sometimes you just get a free ride and he folds there as well, and that's fine as well. But we also have position, and if he raises us, we will probably call him position, put him in a tough spot. He doesn't know if we've got an ace. He might have a king. He might have kings. He might have queens or jacks. Now we've got a gut shot, and now we've got hearts. We're not going anywhere. Get a 3-bet here, king 9 to have a blocker. Win the hand, it's fine. I got a bet here. If he raises us, we're calling. Sometimes we're going to lose a whole stack here. Sometimes we double up. We've got a lot of outs here. And kings and queens might find a fold. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, but we're going to rip it. If he doesn't have an ace, okay, he's got ace queen that time. I'm going to test it. Testing these out. That's all it is. We're testing it out. It seems absolutely stupid, but we're testing it. We need to test. We need to test these things out. It seems absolutely stupid to do that, but it's not. It actually it is a play. But usually you check raise and then jam with those hands. But usually against weak players, they're likely to fold. And those plays you can take a lot from. So that's unfortunate. It just didn't work out, but we probably could have just got out of the hand. But you're not going to improve if you don't try different things. We feel solid enough that parts of our other game can actually keep together anyway. Alright, got a bet here, ace queen. We could easily have these in their hands. He could call with any two. Need a jack, just a chop. That's probably all we're hoping for. I'm just gonna let go of the hand. That's fine. Well, this jack comes out, seriously. Calling the chop is never a great idea though. I got pocket aces. Let's see what. Last time we had pocket ace has been one of my best. It has been my best hand since I've started. Pocket kings has been touch and go. So often we've saved a lot of money by getting out of the way of sets and stuff like that. Other times we've trapped queens, jacks, and tens. Other times we've paid other sets. People have hit two pair against us and they've tried to trap us on the flop and we called it. And then what happens is we end up counterfeiting them, meaning that the board pairs up higher than their trash hand. And that's the reason why you don't go in with any two and hit two pair. Because people will complain about variance. But the fact is, when you have like 4-3 or 5-3, you hit two pair, it's not a great hand because it won't always hold. It rarely holds up. If the board pairs up, say sixes or sevens or eights, and they've got a higher pocket pair, you're dead. And there's no going back because and sometimes what happens is if the board pairs up on the board, which is probably rare that you've got two pair and the board pairs up, but twice. But the fact is that you can easily get counterfeited with your trash hands. I've had pocket threes, and there's a pair of fives, a pair of sevens on the board, and someone's holding an ace, and that's all that they need to beat you with. So you just don't want to be in that spot. All right, got ace nine suited. Gonna try and. I remember Nighthawk. We've seen Nighthawk a few times. We've got 46 hands, so that's why I've seen him around a lot. Got to look for one of the viewers. He commented, and his name was Lucky. I think Lucky21 or something like that. More of a black gen. I might have the number wrong, but yeah, it was definitely Lucky with some number. I think it might have been 21, but maybe not. But we'll keep an eye on for him as well. Got a raise there with ace king. Fold 7-3 suited. So I'm going to try and probably not try and attempt to steal much anymore. So we're going to try and play a bit more straightforward. So this is not a great hand for ace king. So any hand you can, any hand that straightens the board can mean a lot of problems. We could have bet there actually, and if he's got overcards, we could probably have played against him. Could be actually valuing himself. We're just going to check here. He could easily have like a jack 10, king jack. It's going to let go though. Maybe the queen hit. I think we might have had the best hand on the turn, even though it looks like we didn't. But often there we could have the best hand. Because he would have bet the hand otherwise. If he had the hand strong, he would have been fine. Another one of these blind battles. We hit top pair this time, so we get a value. There is a high chance that they get overcards. Let's continue betting here. Hopefully he just folds. And just get a check behind. Maybe he's got the ace. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He got us on the turn. All right, King Jack's a playable hand. And the ace comes out, just going to fold that. I guess another thing too is we could have just checked on the ace and then just given up on the hand after the ace come out and then just saved a bit of money. That's another thing too. So back to the drawing board a little bit here. That's fine. It's all part of the fun. This means it's going to take a little bit longer if we continue to try and not work on those spots, but we are working on those spots. If we master them, we will make a lot more money a lot quicker as well in the long term. And if you don't master them now, when you move up in the stakes, you're going to be totally just unaware of what they're trying to do to you. People are just going to be trying to steal your hands for left, right, and center. All right, so 70%, but we've got 196 hands on him, which is pretty good. We do have position as well. Probably didn't have to call, but we did just to see post flop. Although what I have been doing is been making sure that we have suited hands. In this case, I did ace eights offsuit, but I should have actually done it suited because then that way, if you've got the flush draw, you can actually play at him. All right, he's got a decent hand, this guy. Yeah, I was going to say jacks. Maybe should have bet the turn as well, but we gave up. It is one spot I'm learning as well. The dealer and the cutoff. But typically, when these suited hands, I normally do that play, but because then it makes the first, if you get the flush, then we're going it. If we don't get the flush, like the flush draw, you just let go of the hand. Seems to be an easy way. But at the moment, not getting anything at the moment. We're just playing a few hands incorrectly, which has just cost us a little bit. Definitely betting here on the ace jack offsuit. All right, he's in the hijack though. But he did bet quite small. Do have an ace of diamonds, so we'll bet this one. Ace of diamond, another diamond comes out. Could be quite happy. Also bluff the ace of diamonds as well, because you actually block his nuttish type hands. But you just got to work. I've got to practice what type of players to do that against as well. See, like the other hand before we tried the steal, he called with ace queen. He called with pocket queens when there was two kings on the board. Some players they're good enough to call and know that if there's two kings on the board, there's a higher chance that the opponent doesn't have a king. It means their queens are good some of the time. King queen's a callable hand. We'll throw a bet in, see. Hopefully he doesn't call with ace high. Okay, he's just bullshitting us the whole time. What do we do? We could re-raise him, but no, he was a straightforward player anyway. But yeah, the main thing too is don't focus on win loss, like how much you win, how much you lose. Try and focus on just trying to learn different things about the game. Try and improve your skills. Alright, Queen 3 is gone. Just improve your skills in different areas of the game. Try and learn different concepts. At the moment, we're going through the whole stealing battle with big blind, small blind, dealer versus cut off, that type of thing. Where I've already looked at top pair, top kicker type hands, overpair hands. What we're trying to work on, it'll change every now and again. But at the moment, it's just all about the blind versus blinds, cut off versus dealer button, and you've got squeezes as well. But we're pretty good with squeezing. One person actually said in the comments, probably don't squeeze quite enough. But with him saying that, it probably just means that we need to just open our range up a little bit more. Anyway, yeah, 9-10, we're going to fight back in that hand. So that was just an adjustment there. We're not going to get stuck with marginal hands. Well, that's not even a marginal hand. It's just a weak hand at best. It could hit 9 and he's got nothing as well, but at the moment, they seem to be calling a lot, but not all the time. They don't always call all the time, so we could probably try and steal back, but and there's always a chance they've checked my HUD. We've got 73% chance of stealing it too as well. Alright, it's going to call. I'm not going to raise him. It's king high board and he's going to bet here. Two other players we had a call with Jack 7 suited. Going to keep the pot low unless we hit. Now we've got a gut shot. This is a check raising spot, so if he bets, we're going to raise quite a lot. Unfortunately, we missed, but fortunate we didn't bet. Because we could have easily done a check raise and bet big there. Because obviously no one's got a good hand here. And it would actually work that time. We could have thrown a bet in, possibly on the turn as well. It's going to fold with Jack 4 suited. There's certain hands I'm going to fight back with. Certain hands I'm not going to fight back with. Sometimes you got to fight back when I've got a premium hand. Alright, I got King Jack offsuit. So in the small blinds, it's simply fold or raise. Okay, definitely a raising hand. I've got a gut shot here as well. Any hands he doesn't have an ace, he's probably going to let go as well. Two hands are in the hand. I'm going to call just to see what is happening here. Oh, there's a picture of a cat. Alright, let's get a bet here. We've got top pair. A lot of draws are coming in. Alright, hit a set, which is fine. He just folds anyway. So I don't think we're going to get anything there. Won the other hand with Jack 7, which is nice. So more likely to call if there's two other people in the pot. It just means you're going to win a bigger pot rather than... It will get expensive, but at least you're getting the odds. Alright, it's going to fold here. We could probably gone for a squeeze, but... I usually squeeze from the big blinds. I guess the dealer button can do a little bit of squeezing as well. Jack sevens is gone. Yeah, maybe I should have bet the turn on the flop. But that's fine. It's better than the alternative of stacking off. Well, he was definitely a steal though. Three's no good. Let's see what Jack eight's got to do. Is he going to try stealing? All right, I'm going to call in position. It's going to fold there. He could have a good hand, but it's just our hand's not going to improve there at all. But at the same time, we probably could have fought back. Probably could have folded pre-flop as well. All right, hit diamonds. Got to bet it. I would have got there on the river. Very tight at the moment, this tables. Everyone's playing the blinds at the moment. All right, see the steal come in. Nice. Pocket jacks. A7 suited. Some hands are going through. So his three betting range is 14%. We're going to raise here, actually. We've got a 4-bet here with pocket jacks. Nice hand. Yeah, ace king is also calling as well. He might be calling with ace king there a lot. And then just, simple bet on the flop and he just folds. Just don't want them to have a chance of catching up with jacks, against jacks. King 5 suited. Gonna fold with queen jack suited. Seems really tight, but out of position. Easily dominated hand. Queen 4's no good offsuit. 10-9 offsuit. What's going on here? Got jack 2 suited. 10-9 is gone in the trash. If there's one other player, I would have called. Okay, 2 people in the hand will call. Got an open ender, which is nice. Got a backdoor straight draw as well. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Gonna fold now. There's actually a full house there now. It's the worst card for us as well on the river. So it's a nice fold in the end. King 7 gets the steal. All right, pocket queens. Three bet's really wide, so we're gonna 4-bet him. He 4-bets. I've got a flat queens here. Nighthawk. What are you doing to us, mate? What are you doing? You gonna check? Is he gonna bet? What's he gonna do? Did 4-bet. 4-bet wide. Unlikely. It's taking a long time. Could have the best hand here. If he jams all in, we could fold. But he also could have ace king that he's trying to get a cheap hand. Now he doesn't want to get rid of. We could probably call his jam as well. Alright, he's got aces. We could have folded. He was trapping, but with his 4-bet. Gotta add a note to that player actually. That's fine. We've put a note on him now. Just to say 4-bets with aces and then gets trappy. He also, yeah, whenever I see him again too, he bets low the trap as well. So he looked like he was buying the pot, but he's actually just trapping. But it was a good play, but 3-bet king 10. Just gonna bet this. I'm gonna check on the turn if he calls. I'm not the only one. Might be a little bit tricky here, but I'm gonna jam him. If he's got a set, so be it. He's gonna know that he might put us a hand like ace king. He could have jack. That's why I don't give the free card. I got a call. Yeah, we'll let him catch up. Oh no, there's no straight. Could have probably jammed him. Damn it! I thought there was a straight there on the board. We lost some money there. I'm just what do you call it? Dramatized from the queen's hand. 3-bet's quite tough. Goes all in with the $1.18. Jesus, what a hand! He didn't 3-bet. He 3-betted small, so we're calling. Aces again. Spades. Ew. He would have showed quad fours. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. If he doesn't have a jack, can't see him calling, but maybe he's got a jack. Yeah, there you go. He's got a jack. All right, so back to the drawing board. What do we have? So we've got 129, just over 130, which is fine. We move on. Pocket threes, we could probably actually raise there out of position because it gets a lot easier to get paid off with the set when the pot's already big. But when the pot's low, when you're doing check raises, it looks obvious. The 3 comes out on the river. Such is poker. Alright, gotta raise king 9 suited. Gotta be a tilted hand. Let's go. Alright, nice steal. That is a steal spot as well. Alright, got a bet here. Probably valuing ourselves at this stage. No, he folds. Maybe a queen 10. I guess it was a min bet. We could probably called 5 cents, really. Jack 5. Can someone bet now so we can fold this hand? Thank you. Got ace king suited. Could go for a squeeze here, but I'm going to fold. It's a dangerous board, actually. So hit 2 pair, but someone could have king jack. Someone could have ace queen. Very dangerous board. Unless you hit the 10, but then even still hard. But all right, I'm going to call king 6 suited, I guess. Probably should have followed pre-flop as well. Yeah, we've hit a 9. I think it's good enough. Ah, it's a chop. No, yeah, it is a chop. We got lucky there on the river. All right, checking on the. It's a multi-way pot. We got to let go of queens there. Seems weak, but multi-way pot. The second best hands just cost a lot of money. Just need the reset. Just need the reset mentally a little bit. It's not. Just not allow worse things to happen. Just remember a lot of things we did. A few stacks that we've lost. Just trying to try different things as well. King Queen suited, get a raise. So I'm not overly worried. No, it's going to continue being this one. Trying to build up the pot. We've got spades. There is a chance that we miss everything. We have a lot of strong aces in our range, but some of these players just don't think about it. I'm going to jam it. He calls with ace jack. All right. So they're calling stations, these guys. We know that the micros. So let's. Yeah, this hand. Let's have a look. 19, 15, 60. Just trying to see. Just trying to see what type of player he is. If you can actually identify the type of players they are, they might not actually call. Right, 2 overs. Missed everything. We could still have the best hand with king high. And he's got pocket sixes. Probably missed the chance of bet on the turn there with queen 9. This is with the open ender. Ace queen. We hit top pair, would have been nice hands. Guess we're calling. Alright, hit top pair. It trips. Hopefully he checks here. Just got to call him down. Alright, he got ace jack. He could have probably bet on the river. Get him to call us down. It says a little bonus on the big blind. I'm going to call one. He slows down. We could possibly bet here, but he doesn't. Just to try and get that extra 8, but we didn't get it. Alright, one for free. Got a steal. Sevens. Ace 10 offsuit. Sevens. $37 we're calling. Got diamonds coming. I mean, called with pocket tens is pretty cheeky. That's actually pretty cheeky. Yeah, ace queen gets the steal. We're sitting on now 120. Fold twos. It's got some wriggle room. And tomorrow's always a different day. Now, if it gets too much and, if we're not playing optimal enough, call it a day, but we can just go back on the grind to try and just get as many hands as possible today. Oh, yeah, here's the player. Low bet on flop. Okay, there we go. So one thing we're going to improve on as well is going to start note taking on players, especially the regs. He's someone that we see a lot, so we actually pay attention to. All right, medium pair. That's second pair. Okay, yeah, third pair. Nice hand. Hold there. Some days everything's going to come together, and every day, some days things are just not going to go your way, and you're just going to try different things, and it won't work. All right. So what's this guy got? Attention to steel's quite low. We're just going to flat him because he doesn't three bet light. 4% of three bets. Just think about it. It's not that much. I'm going to bet here actually because Jack's hit our range. And he could have had an ace queen as well. I guess ace queen could have been in his range. Maybe they're the type of players we need to target. The very tight players. And so tight by, they're three betting. They don't three bet wide. So that means they don't squeeze enough. So, squeezing if you've got one initial open raiser, and then you've got a caller or two after, then the next person squeezes with ace x hands or king jack, king x, king suited type hands, ace suited hands like that. Even pocket pairs, but I like calling, but I'm not going to call. Bit of discipline. Have discipline. 9-8's gone. Still getting my head around this the big blind, small blind scenario still. This isn't coming together just yet. Alright, so we've got flush draw, we've got open ender, gut shot, flush draw, we're going all the way. Nice, we're gonna hit the flush on there by the time. Hit a set here, it's gonna go for value town. There is a straight, want the board to pair up. Okay, nice. Just gonna keep betting for value here. If he everyone's all in here. What's going on? Alright, so he didn't call. Unfortunate. Still a nice pot. Didn't three bet us. It's first hand against him. Let's get out of the hand. He's a small stack as well. So chances are he's going to call us down. And he doesn't need a great hand to do it either. And we had medium strength. 43 hands. I'm going to call him. Got suited. Alright, nice. We got him. Happy with that. Ace King does pay out sometimes. Pocket eights could be the second best hand. We're going to check behind here. I mean, eventually you need to actually work out when your eights are good there and do a value bet. Because people definitely do call you down. We've seen that already when we've tried stacking off someone. Just calling again just to try and get that 3 on the river, but no luck. There are calling stations out there. This guy opens quite wide. I'm going to check the flop. He bets like he's got nothing. I think we've got a better hand than him. Yeah, nice. All right. So we had a look. He's at 42%. We had enough. He had about 50 hands, I think, on him. Pocket nines. I've got a gut shot. I'm going to be aggressive on this one. You still had a chance to make the gut shot if he spiked the king on us. It does look embarrassing though, if they do call us down. It doesn't happen all the time. Got to be careful not to trap yourself into thinking that they do that all the time. Sometimes it's a freak occurrence that they do call you down with, a weaker ace when they've hit the ace and trashy hands. It's going to get rid of. All right, so the tables are starting to build a little bit nicely again, so that's good. So our game's there. There's a few things just holding us back at the moment, but what we're trying to do is just trying to make sure, just trying to master some positions. So just before we move up, because 10 and L is a bit of a jump with the blind battles. You can just tell their hand reading abilities are a little bit sharper as well. So we just need to try and work on just these silly tricks that it makes you look really silly when it doesn't pay off. But it all will come together hopefully one day. All right, hopefully he checks. I'm going to call again. Could be another diamond. All right, we've got an ace. It's nice. Just going to call him down with any two, pretty much. Got a bet here. Hopefully he calls us. No, it doesn't call. We had a strong ace, so we went for value. He had a 36%. We only got 70 hands on him, but he looked like a fish. 100% attention to steal. Not much of a hand. Probably about 200 hands you probably need on someone to make a decent call. But, we've got people that have got over 1,000 hands on. That's definitely a better thing to have. Like this guy, like Nighthawk, got 2,500 hands on him. Or 2,496 if you're a bit pedantic. Yeah, 500, 1,600. So we're getting some decent hands on players. And obviously they're going to be thinking, whether or not we're a fish or not. And, they're going to see that. And the thing is, if they start seeing some of our lousy plays and then we start playing better, they're going to pay us off a lot more. Majority of time with poker, it's mainly folding. If you're not folding enough, it'll lose out a lot. A lot of people say you should open up with any two on the dealer button. King Jack suited. The hand that definitely can get us into trouble. Heaps of trouble. Everyone folds. It's nice. Slowly getting our bankroll back up. One one big blunt at a time. And this happens. Scary board. They fold. They try and catch us. Any two. Attention to steal. 75. Get a check behind here. Can call a bet here. You could have a weak ace though. It could be value betting us. I hit a set on the river. It's a nice little bet though. King 10 suited. I'm going to 3-bet this guy. He folds. He opens quite large, actually, 30%. Anything over 30, He's quite laggish. Anything over 40 is probably um, a fish, I guess you'd say. It's quite that position folded last time I raised them. That's gonna call behind with king 6. No luck. I would have hit. Wouldn't have hit anyway. That's fine. Get a bet here. Hopefully folds a lot of hands. Would have been a nice hand anyway. All right, another hand that's fallen in our laps. Seems pretty good. Would have hit on the river. Would have probably re-raised him and jammed him on the flop. All right. All right, so the gold table. Who's going to be jamming every time? Hopefully get aces. Not this time. Go for steal with 10-3. Get it. Yeah, there you go. James all in. I don't know why they get so excited about on those tables. Absolutely insane. 4-2, I'm not going to fight. Wasn't even suited. Pocket fours we're calling. Bets again, I'm just going to let go, I think. There's no point calling here with a lot of clubs on the board. Even if it's a set, when a club comes out, it's pretty tragic. All right, top pair, good kicker. Going to check call mode. Against Mr. Big Poker, huh? See how big he is. Got to check the turn. He could have ace jack. He's in. I got to call again. Checks behind. All right, so that was a nice hand. Got to have these type of hands just to protect yourself. And get a steal with jack 7, which is nice. I find once you get a bigger stack, they sort of respect you a little bit more too. Should have probably folded 9-7. But they're all folding. Everyone's tight at the moment. Everyone's tight, so he should be just betting every time on the dealer button. Bet fold most hands, I guess. He 3-bets, but quite wide. So I'm going to throw a 4-bet in for tens. It's a nice hand for tens. Ace Queen in position, suited. We're going to flat this one out. Makes our post flop play easy. Top pair, there's diamond. What's he doing? Okay, we'll just get out the hand, that's fine. He's checking. Nasty spot to call him if he throws a bet in too. Alright, got a flush draw. No showdown value. Happy to bet that one out to try and win it. So we're up about $8 on before. After that hand. The ace-9 hand was probably could have folded, I guess. Pocket sixes. I'm gonna call one. Just if he bets it small, I'm gonna call it. Just if he hit that six, we've hit a book, and he could have an ace king, ace queen. Just pays you off. If he's missed the ace, I'm just gonna fold there. I wish we had a four. Would have been nice. More steals coming through. Fold there. Alright, I got a gut shot here, so I gotta bet it. I'm gonna check for the free card. It's the whole reason why we do it. Ace high wins. Pocket eights. Missed our overcards. He checked back on the flop, and then the turn comes out, which doesn't seem to help him, so used as a bluff card. So I reckon he three betted us. He had a bet, could have probably technically four betted. Probably could have four betted nines even in that spot, knowing that he's going to be a bit wider as well. So the wider someone is, the more you can four bet someone for value. It was a good flop anyway. Goes in for a squeeze. Right, ace queen we can flat, but I'm not a fan of ace queen offsuit as much as ace queen suited. Good board for us. Not gonna call one. I reckon we could steal this one. Maybe not. Maybe he's got a call. It's a scary board. Look at the board, man. It's bold. Look at the board. Calling here with sixes. Is he gonna get six on the river? I don't think so. Check here. Yeah, they always call. They take forever to call. Pocket fives. Wow, he called me pocket fives. Called with pocket fives. Who the hell's that guy? 28, 17, 24. Who the hell was that guy? How does he call with pocket fives? We'd play the jacks the same way. But in knowing that, I guess, in knowing that, but every time I send to play jacks and queens the same way, I run into kings. And they don't have pocket fives. – 5%, 3%, 4%. And if he had jacks or tens, he's beating us. But he had ace king. He's out for the count. But such a tight range. It was really hard to call that one. All right, calling the sixes. Can we get a six? We need a double up pretty quick. Need a bit of help here. No. Best hand. Maybe should have thrown a bet in the real. Couple of steals. One second. No chance. 9-3 offsuit. Okay, ace king offsuit. Raising that one. All right, nice steal. Probably should just throw it down any two at the dealer button. They're folding that much. They're just not folding to our bets. Like post fold. Okay, we're just going to keep betting on the dealing button until they start calling a bit more. I love calling on the blinds though. Against Ella position, I'm not so much inclined to 3-bet as much. Cut off is late. Happy to fold with ace jack. Was happy to see a heart on the board. Just wasn't going to happen though. King jack. King out. Alright, he didn't 3-bet us. This jams all in. Well, it's like jamming all in to spite me. Mate, it's a little bit vain. Yes, there's some stealing all around. Could have raised in pre-flop, but we didn't hit the two anyway, so probably saved some money. Cheap enough, we'll call. That's an overbet. Some players do overbets to try and once they sense that you're on a marginal hand, try and do overbets. So if you've got a nuttish time hand and overbetting, try to call it down. All right, some folds all around still. Better than losing your entire stack, isn't it? Well, this is a dangerous hand. It is a very dangerous hand, this Queen Jack hand. Nothing but a king, so I'm folding. Early position got a fold, Queen Jack. Almost was thinking about a raise. Just probably not worth it in the end. Alright, got the wheel. Hopefully get a 4. Get the wheel. Got the wheel. Jam him. Looks like a bluff. If you got ace king, so be it. But we look like a bluff. And that's where, when you look like a total idiot, people will pay off. Alright, nice. There is some upside to stacking off 5 high, whatever it was. We jammed ourselves with nothing. Now we just, when we hit that miracle card, it looks like a bluff, and they get a call. I feel like calling here. I feel like something special's happening. No, should have folded. Sad. Didn't get the odds for it. It's so cheap. It's cheap. If it's this come out, I would have cried. It was so cheap. I shouldn't have called pre-flop though. That was an easy fold. Terrible decision. Pre-flop. It's usually 7-1 is what you want to give yourself for a set mine. No diamond. I really wanted the diamond there. He's not going to value bet me on the river. He could have a jack there, value betting the 10. Could have been scared. Realised how passive we were, then threw a bet in. Yeah, at least one table's holding up now. The other table was doing well until we stacked off and pretty much nothing. All right, got aces. Good spot for a squeeze. Jamming all flops. So just outpricing everyone, I guess. Probably raised too much. More of a hand you want to raise when you've got ace king that high, I guess. All right, ace 10 offsuit. In a stealing spot against the big blind could be good. Could have fold. Could have 3-betted there, but decided not to. Funny enough, ace 10 offsuit is on a lot of people's borderline or under the gun. So a lot of people play ace jack offsuit from under the gun, but not ace 10. Yeah, just gonna fold there. A lot of times we get the steal when they fight back. Can easily fold back, and just know that we're gonna make it back in the end. And yes, that's me injecting my own logic to myself as well. I'm telling you guys. Alright, so pocket fives. 3-2's gone. Ace jack suited, nice hand. Let's get some hearts. Multi-way pot is better with ace jack suited. Wrong colour. Grr. The time we don't call. But there is straight on the board, but fancy. He's got to have ace king, ace queen. Oh, it's a split. Okay. A 3-bet here, king 10. Dead board. So dry board, not dead board, dry board. So we just raise it there. And if he didn't have an ace and he called on the flop, he's probably holding the turn anyway. Changing the steel's a bit higher. Stole from the stealer. Some will say, why am I betting so high there? It's because it's working so much. Could have probably bet there was a dry board. Ooh, king, dangerous board. Getting out of the way. Tried stealing pre-flop, but it didn't work. What a great hand. Reason why you do less stealing from the small blinds is because you don't know what big blind's got. You don't close the action down. And if big blind wakes up with the monster, you're going to be in a tough spot. Especially if big blind raises and then cut off then jams. What are you going to do then with king X type suited hands? I guess you have to be you sort of priced in then. It's even hard to call this. You could have an 8, but it is a blind spot where they're likely to fold, but you just have to have pocket pair to be better. But we would have hit the river, but we didn't know the river. Didn't know the river was coming our way. Could have been a good one. Could have been absolutely one where helps us lose more. King queen offsuit. Getting hot at the moment. Gonna raise this up. Probably should raise a little bit more with ace king offsuit out of position. Alright, gotta slow it down. There's no point. He's probably hit the board to get off check fold. The turn and just smile and wave. Probably shouldn't even bet that flop even. Just hits his range a little bit more than mine. I guess the only way he'd fold there is if he was very tight as well, and he was only calling with that ace hands like ace king, ace queen, and king queen, king jack top hands. Playing against Darth Vader. What the hell? Alright, so he's a fish. This guy knows. This guy's played enough hands to know he's a fish. I have to get out of the way. He's got to jam him. Told you. He's going to have a weak, trashy hand. We had the best hand. Not for long, though. We need an 8 and 8 only. Darth Vader needs his... Oh, 7 would be nasty. Oh, we made a straight. Would have made a straight. Would have made a straight. It's really hard to see that. You could argue Vader's definitely a bit of the fish side. He was probably on the top end of his betting range there. Hopefully he doesn't have spades. Hopefully he's got overpair. We did raise pre-flop for this exact reason. We hit a 7. It's going to be a lot harder for him to chase spades. They do spend a lot of time. They spend a lot of time. Hold on. So this guy got 878. There we go. Spent a lot of time seeing if he could call us down. Nice. That little boost up was nice there. But he must have been... He must have been quite shallow. He must have been shallow stacked. Very frustrating for pocket jacks though. To run into a set. That's why we raised pre-flop. So then if you hit a set, easily get paid off. We are deep stacked here. We are deep stacked. He knows we're deep stacked, so he's scared. Well, he's not scared. He's got a bit of play, but then realizes that, you know, it could cost a lot of money either way. It was a good flop for us though. It was king queen, so it had top pair. Unless of course he had king queen, then we're crying. Didn't 3-bet us. Got a diamond. The ace 10 offsuit's the bottom of our range here, under the gun. Dodged the bullet here. But I can't bluff here. Yeah, he's going to call any bluff there. You have a 10 of diamonds, that was going to be good though. He did give us a chance to catch up. Free betting range quite a lot. We're under the gun as well. 18,000 hands against this guy. I hate this guy. It's got to get out of the way. Ace Jack's definitely at the bottom of our range there. It just tells you how loose they think we are. But under the gun, we're not loose. They've seen us play literally every two hand, like every two. We've got an open ended. Oh, gut shot. So we've got to bet it. Would have got there. Would have been a nice hand if he called or raised, and then we jam the river, and he calls thinking we're bluffing. All right, what's this guy doing? Well, let's get out the way. Pocket nines, pocket eights. Gonna raise here because we're out of position. Need to raise it. Same thing again. Gonna raise it out of position. In position, you can flat. Three bets. Oh, cool. This guy won't like us soon. Baba baba haha. Won't like us soon. Alright, got a bet here. Could have overpairs, but damn, he folded. Alright, gonna call the river. Could actually make a bet here on the river. Yeah, got a call. Could have a queen. Alright, it does a bluff, which is fine. Let's get out the way of a6. I'm not going to 3-bet with just any two, but scary board. It's the only reason why I bet there. We had the 9, but I didn't have a king to win or a fold. There's our friend. Let's go home. Need to make some notes on him. He's pretty tight, 12 and 7%, but he likes 15% 3-bet as well. Keep an eye on him. He's a regular. Pak Wong. Yeah, he's another guy as well. We see a lot of. Here's our friend. Just gets out the way and it's fine. Some of these regs probably understand that we're a bit... I don't know what they think. You know, one of the guys in the comments says I'm a fish, and I played against... He played in Zoom as well and saw my name. So that sort of tells you what some of them think. Check raise the flop. Could be doing this with the flush as well, remember. Now let's go. Good eights. Maybe I should have just called him down, but they don't often bet unless they've got a decent hand. And they just fold. So it's going to be a small pot either way. I guess unless an ace or a king comes down the board. Okay, slowly. The first table's building up again. Slowly, it just takes one bad move and then it starts from scratch again. Out of position, we've got to raise it up. Nice board for 3-betting. So everyone folds. When someone calls you, that's when you want to hit your 4 on the turn. Nice trap. For the most part, we want to play straightforward, but we have our moments where we just lose our entire stack with nothing. Very embarrassing. But they say in poker you gotta leave your ego at the tables. Preventing King Jack suited. King 10's gone. So a lot of stealing's going on at the moment. Normally this type of play happens higher rate, like at the higher levels, where it's pretty quiet. Where the fish levels is usually at the micros. Usually there's a lot of play, but at the moment everyone's playing quite tight. Must be just reg central at the moment. If you have a look at everyone's figures here, this guy is on the nitty side, 8%, but we've only got a few percent of hands. But now that they're being nits and they don't want to, they're all folding too easy pre-flop. They fold too much pre-flop, but when they're in the hand, they've been waiting for so long for their strong hands, they don't want to fold. So these guys will be slowly losing their bankroll by not playing enough hands. Okay, 7%. He's got a... No, it's only 15 hands. I'm going to get out of the way. But if we had 1,000 hands or a couple hundred hands on him, and he was only at a low percent, we could probably call him there and just think we could force him off a few hands. So you'd have to, think about post flop what hands could miss him. Oh, this is a cat again. We see this cat a bit now. 3,859 hands. So he's a solid regular. He looks like a good player. Pack Wong. I'm going to flat ace king. We're in position. Got the ace of diamonds, so we're peeling off one at least. Need a queen. So we're calling here, whatever he does. Here's a free card, which is nice. This could be a split pot. He could have ace queen if he checks here. We could try and value bet here. Maybe he's trapping with a jack. Yeah, ace queen. All right. So maybe we lost a value bet on the flop. But he didn't see bet either, so... Oh no, he did see bet. So I think he did see bet. So it was... So he valued himself and we made a little bit of profit there. Being a little bit tighter. So that was nice. Just a shame he didn't hit the ace. If he hit the ace, he would probably lost a couple dollars. Alright, need a jack for this ace, but it's only a gut shot. Get a free card, more than happy. Happy to go to the river. What are we looking at here? Alright, we're calling. Bets us again, we're folding though. We got a weak ace. It's not a great ace. He could have a jack. So easy for him to have two pairs in that hand as well. But it was easy for him to go check on the river as well with a marginal hand, and we could have been all right there. But after he bets twice in the, he bets twice to us. You must know we've got something. Ace five's going. All right, we hit the ace. It's good enough, I think. Yeah, try and steal. He's quite a tight player, actually. Quite a tight player. I'm going to let him go. I think he could have a better ace there, easy. Ace king. I'm just going to Hollywood this a little bit with the ace king. He could have a set here when we're just paying him off as well. 10-8 is going to go in for this 50 cents, but we're calling him off. Do we raise him? If we jam, is he calling with better? Alright, so I thought jamming him there, I thought we were disguised. I didn't think he'd have a set there. 10-8's danced around this board a lot. He wants the money, it's fine. Got jacks going. Good ball for jacks. We're going to bet it. Nice hand. Stayed in the hand. It gets a bit tricky though. 26. Back to 131. It's a funny game. Alright, so we're at a position. This guy's 3-betted. Loves to steal. He's under the gun. I'm going to call, but we're going to run a risk of getting 4-betted by this guy because he's going to see this guy. But lucky enough, he flats. But we're going to let go of the 10s. It was just as we just wanted to see a flop. See if we got a 10, we get paid out a good amount of time. Please check. It's so cheap. But I'm going to fold. Sometimes what people do is if they hit a set of aces there, which I know it's monsters on the closet, but there's a lot of chances that they're just slow playing the aces there. And we didn't hit the 10. So everyone folded anyway. Could call, but I'm going to fold there. Gets quite tricky. Oh, probably could have. I'm going to call 7-5 suited. Have a spade. Probably a bit of a loose call. Probably should have folded. Bit undisciplined there. Queen full suited. 8-5 offsuit's going. Just all the trash hands out of position. Pocket queens, beautiful. Seems we're quite respected with our bets. Loves to steal this guy. So we could jam against this guy and it'd be good here a lot. Now I've got to bet there and to see if he's going to call it off, but he sees a lot on the board. He's not folding. 3-bets us. It's going to fold. We're at the bottom of our range. Probably ace queen suited is where we call. Probably could fold with. No, probably could call with wider range as well. Just depends how we feel on the day. He loves the passive as well. I'm gonna throw in a 4-bet. Might even just call him down to see what happens. Alright, so the 4-bet worked. Great flop as well. Shame he didn't call. 50 cents. What's going on that table? Ace 10 is no good. Need a lot of help. Alright, so we 4-bet light there, and that worked. There's going to be some times where we might have to be forced into a hand where we have to call it. But with a flop like that, I think we'll win. Unless he had a set, but... Alright, got ace jack suited. We're calling any 3-bets here. Makes the hand quite easy to play when they're suited, especially nuttish type hands, especially when diamonds are coming on the board. These guys are very tight players though. I always had a theory that the bottom micro stakes players, like, think of it as a bottle, all in. I'm not calling all in. Can this guy hear me or what? I hope Duvan calls. Jam or go broke. What a name. Jam and go broke. Well, with a name like that, maybe we should have called. We're off, it's gone. I get a bet here, and nice steal. Gets us back over 20 again. The big blind's coming to us. Okay. Accumulating some points. Let's have a quick look at our rewards program. So sitting over 3,000 now, which is nice. Halfway mark. Didn't expect that to happen. Now hopefully we can get to 10 NL. You know what? Like I was saying at the start, if you're still watching this as well, and they've got a 30-day program. We could have raised with 10s. 30-day program to get to the whale. So if we can get high enough, if we can get good enough and high enough, we have to make 400,000 FP points, which accumulates to a 4,000 per day in 100. If you can make 4,000 FP in a day within 100 days and get 400,000 overall, you can get to the whale and you get 50% cash back. But for me, I think to get 4,000 a day, so at the moment, we're lucky to even get 1,000 at this stage. Like we'd have to really play a lot to get 1,000 at our rating, especially at 5 NL. So we'd probably have to somehow get to 50 NL and put some heavy fingers in to actually compete. So I think 50 NL, maybe I can't see 25 NL being good enough, or I don't know if it's 25 or 20. I think it's 20 actually. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that. But we've got 30 days to see if we can actually get to 50 NL. It's a tough ask. I know a lot of you are going, oh, who does this guy think he is? But it wasn't that long ago we were just nobody. And now look at us trying to threaten to get through 5-0 now to get to 10. All right, we are learning really hard plays. We are trying to learn extra hard plays just so we can, match the people above us. I followed King Jack offsuit because he's in the early position there. You two pair there on the river. Would have been a nice steal. Would have been a nice over. Probably an overbet on the river would have got paid. It just looks like a bluff. You can get those monster hands just in those stealing situations can be very profitable. But I've already showed you it can be make or break in a lot of scenarios. So before I get back to work, I want to at least, we've still got to the 29th, but we've still got, it's the 16th here today, so I've still got 13 days to get there. So you go, oh, it should smash it. But all it takes is a really nasty session at 5-0, and I have to go back to 2-0. And it just makes it really hard to actually try and maintain that level. So hopefully we keep winning the $C. They're sort of like, I think of as training wheels, just to try and help us from, you know, getting us out of the micros. Hopefully we can get the 10NL soon enough, and then we'll get, and then we can go a bit further up again, do 20NL. And as much as people go, oh, maybe you're not good enough and all that stuff. You don't have to be good enough. You just have to win. You know what I mean? Like, just do it and ask questions later. But we're putting the effort in. We're putting the work in, the time. We are watching videos in the background as well. We're not just doing this by miracle. We are. I used to play quite a bit back in the day, but got a bit rusty and I lost a few. I lost a few. What do you call it? He's just got to fold. He's lost a few. We just lost a few little tricks like stealing battles and all that we had to relearn. Not much I could do apart from just checking the whole way, and then he catches me on the river. I don't want that. So you'd rather win a small pot than lose a big pot. Come on, put it. Okay, so 4-3 got a win. Good. Go on. Look at that logo. Looks pretty good. Go try and steal this guy. Jam or go broke. Jeez, this guy again. You mean betting with fold to it? I could have probably bet that one. All right, so hopefully get a club. Get a club on the river would be nice. He's got to check to us here. Missed it on the river, unfortunately. Got a call with twos. Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't get another club on the river. He did give us a free river. He, yeah, 50 cents is pretty cheap, actually. I'm going to call. He's not sure. I think these small bets, maybe he's got a 10, but he's not happy. Two on the river. Did you see it? Big fat fish. Playing against. All right. So he's an unknown, so just got to call him. Small bet. So he's probably going to fold. Betting small to try and keep him in the hand, I guess. We've got clubs, but if he calls, you can go check on the river if you think he's trapping us. Yeah, so we'll never know. I think he might have just had trash hand. Probably like a king type hand. Yeah, it's just such a shame. That's a shame we didn't call that turn and get that too. We put this sizing same as ace king as well. So these guys maybe have. Alright, just got a jam there. He might actually just pay this off. Alright, so he's probably got kings. Oh, he's got jacks. So he thinks worse of us as well. Okay, nice. You get to check the flop. It is a dangerous flop with king queen. So nice hand for us. Gonna check here. Check call the river with king queen. He could bait himself in, but there's not entirely much we can. There's not much we can beat here actually. And there's not much you can actually have to call. So I just can't see. There's no reason for us to actually throw a bet in because there's actually nothing he's calling us with that actually loses. So throws a bet in. It's actually hard to call because the only hand he's got is what we beat, and it's pure layer. But what's the chances of him betting there? All right, 7-6 suited. We're gonna call for fun. Actually, this is a really nice board for us. We're gonna raise it quite large and try and get it all in. All right, so I'm gonna jam this guy. Gonna overbet and then jam. Didn't get there, but the play worked anyway. So that's another one I've been working on as well. The overbet. All right, fours. Yeah, everyone's chasing. Oh, now the flush is in there. It's three-way. I'm not bluffing. I get a feeling ace is no good there. Get a check raise. Get a check raise here. Top pair and a flush draw. And if he shoves it all in, we're calling. We're not shy. This is the thing that was missing early on because I was so close. I was so scared of losing the bankroll early that you just can't do those plays. But now we can because we're not scared. We're playing with scare money early on, and you probably shouldn't. But a bit of a dead board. Got a club, so hopefully the club comes in. Go check on the turn, and we get the club, or he just folds now, and that works out in our favor as well. So I would have hit the club there, but hit a 7 would have been crying. Yeah, he hits a 7, he hits quads or something like that. But then I guess we couldn't hit our club if it was another 7 anyway. Oof, what a hand. That was a shame. That was a waste. I actually had a hand like that. Actually, it wasn't that like that. It was nah, I hit ace king. It was ace king on the flop and I lost the hand. Because my opponent had quad at kings. And that was in a tournament. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna give up on this if they don't call if they both call. Probably shouldn't have actually bet that flop. We got a straight, we got a bluff catcher, and that's about it. We got a bluff catcher, that's it. He could have the queen of spades, try and milk us as well. Oh, dodged the bullet. But we can't value bet. We can't value bet that river. We can't value bet that river, and he can't actually call it either. That was the tight end. I didn't think I was gonna win that hand. He throws a bet in, it's hard to call. Mr. Sherlock. We folded there because if you three bet, we're still out of position if we get called. It's not a great position to be in with your lowest part of your range. And if someone calls, then the big blind steals. We ain't going. We're just wasting money. We don't want that. So what have we got so far? So we're sitting on about 31. No, yeah, 31, something like that. 31, 32. 32 on the table. So 137. Even after our bad plays, we're still up a little bit. But yesterday we were up. We were up at 150 at the 10L, but we had to drop. But yesterday we made 15 at 5NL. It's not too bad. We are handling 5NL quite easily. If you take away all the, all the bad plays that we're just trying to just get a feel for it. King Queen Jack is just. I'm not playing out of position with Queen Jack. It's not chasing hands out of position. It just save a lot of money. Make everyone else chase their hands. You charge them, and that's where the value comes in. How many times someone's got ace king, they hit an ace, you're chasing a flush, miss the flush, and that's where their money comes from. All right, ace king offsuit. All right, ace king offsuit, raising it up a bit, going to the flop. Not a great flop. We could probably see bet there a lot of times. All right, so we do have an open ender. So threw in a check raise here. We've got an open ender. So that play did work that time. And that was against the scary guy, Night Owl, I think it was. So we can play against the best. Well, I don't know if he's the best, but he's definitely plays there the most out of everyone that we've seen so far. There could be more people. 3,000 here, 5,700 there. Yeah, they all look pretty similar players too. Everyone's all trying the same things, but 7,000 there. It does make sense. It seems like it's reg central at the moment. I'm going to throw a bet here just because we don't want him to catch up. We can go check on the river. Hopefully he flips over diamonds. So he did a successful value bet there, which is nice. Pretty thin bet on the turn. Alright, hit top set. He's going to chase with diamonds, hopefully. Board didn't pair up, so if he got his diamonds, he wouldn't have won. I mean, he would have won and we would have cried. Especially if you get it all in on the flop on those flops. Trying to steal here. It would have been a nice flop, open-ender, but open-end and straight draws don't seem to come out as much as they should. You think they do, but it's only 8 cards. I've got to play back every time. What's our steal rate look like? We're at 75%. That number is pretty high. Pocket nines. Got to bet this one as well. Check, check. He could have a queen. So he missed value on the river there, but we probably would have folded anyway. That's fine. Sort of means if they don't value bet, they could be scared there a lot of the times as well. That was a nice card. We're going to check raise this one. Open ender, flush draw. Could be drawing dead there as well. Because if you hit, he's got pocket sevens, he's got a monster, but it doesn't happen that often. But there's a few check raises there that we're putting in a mix of. And then when people see that enough, we'll have a set and we'll check raise and they'll actually like it. And they'll call it then. And then it's payday. Alright, set of twos, nice. But what a waste. We don't want those cards to come out when we're folded or when our opponent's folded. Perdong. I think it's a Singapore flag. Hong Kong. I'm going to check here. We could call and get on the river. I'm not going to check raise though. Don't like it. Actually, a fold. The 10 is just such a hard card to come out. It's just not really worth it at all. Got to pick your spots. I mean, if we check raise there, he's got to call us down with something else. We just look like we definitely just got trash. This is Perdong again. Oh, I got a call. Definitely get a free card. Do have a 3 or any diamonds. Hopefully he calls and we hit the 3. I want to hit the 3 because the 3 looks more disguised. Hitting the 3, this really looks disguised there, but we missed it. God, we missed it. I have to check. Do I rip it? Yeah, he's calling us. So we just give up. I think he's calling. We've seen enough of those hands where he's. But that means that when we do make our hand, he's going to call us as well. And sometimes there will be folds like you've seen before. We do have a lot of outs. 3 outs is from the blinds, but there's small blinds. So this could be aware this guy could have overs. Bet's quite low, but we saw that before. He's slowing down. He might just have ace king. It's going to go check on the river. He could be trapping. All right. So it was a nice turn bet from us. The pocket queens. He gets a nice little hand there. Do we lose value for the way he played? Maybe we could have bet the river as well. Maybe jam the river. Maybe jam the turn. Need a 9. Alright, 9's betting very fast. When they bet fast, it's a bluff a lot of the times. So that was a nice little catch. Someone who bluffs worse than me. I didn't think that was possible. But we found someone. It was that guy. As long as there's that guy with, there's hope. There's actually hope. Into offsuit. Terrible. Where are we sitting at now with the rewards? 3,093. The thing is, the promo I was talking about was this upgrade to killer. So you get 30 days left to do it. And you need to collect 400,000, and that's 1,000 a day. Wait. There was more to that deal. Alright, need diamond. Got 2 pair. Oh no, I got 1 pair. Hopefully he folds anyway. He folded anyway. I believed I had 2 pair, but it was a queen, not a king. Got confused with the hands. Alright, so we got confused with the hands, but won both hands, so that's good. Moral of the story is get confused with the hands. So failing to collect 400,000 during the given 100 days will make you a platinum octopus. Okay. That's actually really good. We just have to remember to go for it. That's actually a really good promo. So fish buffet ranks. Octopus, platinum, 35%. Okay. At the moment, the best we can do, we've got a straight here, we've got to value it. The best we could do is probably 20% cash back. But at the moment, when we hit the fish, we can get up to, what is it? We can get up to, we're up to shrimp now, but I think it's silver shrimp we're trying to get to. We can get as high as $30. But last time I think we got 15, which was not too bad. Let's get a value bet these guys. Nine's no good here. Alright, just gonna keep valuing. You could have queen here. Nines are no good. Happy to just get out of the way. Just gonna keep betting here, and if he keeps calling, you could have an ace, queen, king, queen type hand. Probably could have just checked behind him as well. He was cold calling out of position too, which you should never do. Lost a hand somewhere, didn't I, with this table? Ah, it was the hands, yeah. I remember which hand. That's one. It's trying to steal the pot. It's not going to cost much, but scary board. Could fold. I need a 10 to win. He could have really good hand. He might just have a small pocket pair. Finally a bluff worked. It's definitely a scary board. Flush, any 10, jack. They finally folded their pocket pairs. King jack suited. Drance's freak. Is that Harry Potter? Oh, I don't know what this hand is yet. I don't know what this hand is yet, but we're definitely betting it. We missed it, but the overbet worked. We had a lot. We had so much going there. Straight flush draw as well, I think it was. Or at least a flush draw. And straight draws. Probably any ace. And we missed everything, but it worked. So the bluffs are working, but we just got to be a little bit more mindful. You know, maybe not an ace high board because people just get sticky with aces. A 3-bet here with sixes. If we get a 6, it makes the pot a little bit easier to build. But he folds. In position against under the gun. Get a 4-bet us or a fold. It was a small bet too. So we haven't got a caps range at the moment. We're betting like we got aces. We can check here. Hopefully get a king. So we miss everything. He must have like a queen or something like that. He's got a bet here. I'm going to fold. He could have a 10. He's probably got like a 10. Which is quite dangerous if he did have a 10 because it means that, you know, against someone that wasn't capped, he's going to be stuck in their hands a lot of times and not get that hand, like get that river card. And be forced to fold out after putting in a couple dollars every time. Well, you've seen me do that in previous videos plenty of times. Where he's gone, hopefully no one makes us play it. Alright, got a freebie, nice. Alright, second table's going back over 20 soon, hopefully. Alright, under the gun, I'm not going to call ace jack offsuit. Guess the dealer button a little bit wider, I'm more likely to 3-bet there. Because his range is a little bit looser. Could have probably 3-bet here. I do encourage the blinds to actually come in. It helps his range, doesn't help mine. I can't bet the ace. That would have been a nice flop. But the trick is, think about ranges, what people put you on, what people don't. And don't tend to bluff off a range that, if you're trying to sell something, it doesn't make sense. Because then it's a bluff and people just call it down. Ace king suited. I'm going to go value town. Hopefully get some clubs. If he starts calling us, you really want to start getting clubs. Do have a gutter. I think ace could be good here. If there is a bet in, obviously he's probably hit and we haven't. But he hit a 9. So he's thinking about betting there, but he was not getting anything from us. He's just lucky we didn't get the ace, I guess. Alright, so I guess we're calling, but not happy about it. It's all fun and games until someone loses a buy-in. You gonna sneak in the bigger bet? Is he gonna slow down? Are we gonna throw a bet in? Is he trapping us? Has he got Queen Jack? So he might have had the same hand as us, but we got position. And there was a huge chance that, he could have been slowing down, but he could have had aces looking to jam. But that's the problem when you're playing out of position. That's why I tighten up. Because you could have hands like ace jack and, where do you play? Where do you go from there? Probably could have folded queen 10 suited. Did you get to slow down? This board hits my range, not his. But actually, he's a bad player though. Alright, he's a bad player. Means he's got ace king. He called ace king on the turn. Wow. We're extremely unlucky. We congratulations to us to actually hand read perfectly there, but the only thing we didn't do properly was player categorize that guy. Where is he? Only 43 hands. He is 35%. Bloody sticky though, player. Calls usually, ace king of diamonds maybe calls there, but 9 times out of 10 you get the fold there. It's not a bad bet on the turn. Ace 9 suited. Look at 10s. Raise it up. We are out of position as well. Definitely happy with pocket 10s. You could call us down with a 6 maybe, thinking we've got ace king. We could be running into queens or jacks though. Should find out. This is the turn bet where a lot of things happen. The thing is, am I slowing down? I'm not. So he's going to know I've got something. Where the other guy slowed down with his ace king. So yeah, sometimes you'll see that they run into. You run into jacks or queens there. Alright, gotta get sticky with this jack. Nice actually play there with kings. He valued us. Pocket tens. Raise this. Last time I think Flow Rider kept, he kept folding to us. Never fold. This guy never folds, huh? We'll make him fold. I gotta check here. He could have king queen in his range as well. We also call a turn bet. He knows that we've got something like in his. We 3-bet. The board hits us. I was hoping the queen would make things easier, but it doesn't. He's thinking about valuing the 10 maybe. I'm going to call behind. He might have a 10. Oh, he's got 9s. So maybe we value the jack there on the river. I'm just saying it just to remember for next time with those type of hands. But then sometimes what happens is you value there, and then they'll have like that hand like you saw with the kings where the 2 aces are on the board. And then we're sort of just. But he was betting, so it was a difference. We should have just folded. Ice bang. Does like to steal. We've come to the party though. Everyone just calls. What's Ice Bang doing though? Ever calling. I guess we're going all in. I don't want to, but we have to, I guess. Alright, it's close. Still got a lot of equity. There we go. Oof. Alright, so definitely need balls of steel to call that. And I actually thought Ace Rotten was on Queens. I didn't know what Ice Bang had. He could have had anything. That was a nice hand. Well, Ace King's supposedly one of the best hands pre-flop. So there is a reason why. Probably could have raised pre-flop there and done a 4-bet light. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, pocket eights. I ain't showing my bluff to this guy. And also, we could have easily had an ace there as well. I do call down. I do have ace queen a lot of times in that position as well. Or an ace-ish type hand. I'm going to call here. Just hit a 3. It'd be nice. Especially if he's got a jack. Nah, pocket 7s. Maybe could have check raised him. Ace king suited. Last time we had ace king, went all in. It's on a blind battle as well, so anything can happen here. Give me a king or an ace, please, on the turn, because that club is scary. I'm not part of the clubs. Ah, God. It's a sick bluff if he's bluffing here. Are we ever folding? I don't want to fold, but it just looks like we have to. It's a small bet. Like 53 hands. We don't really have enough on him, but dealer of buttons likes to fold. Oh, here we go. In the small blind this time. Definitely know that people get action from the blinds. Poker player GG. Just wasting our time there. So everyone folds. It's actually a good hand. We're not ever folding there. On the river. Eh. I was just thinking if we hit the other card, he could have already had a made straight. Maybe I was thinking about too much. Should have called. Would have hit the ace and then, you know, could have made him call with his two pair. There's a high chance he had two pair there. All right, I'm gonna bet this one. Hopefully, get an ace. Heart. Sorry, get an heart, and then we're drawing to the nuts. Ooh, look at that beautiful hand. We're calling him down, but he could have a flush. Yeah, I don't know. Do we? I was umming and ahhing whether or not to go for the value bet there. All right, so this table is just totally taken off. Nice deals going on. I'm gonna call 5 cents, knowing that they're gonna raise it, because these gold tables they just raise it, and it's gonna be a jam all in. It's a good enough hand to get everyone to call anyway. He got a value out of us. He's got the king, damn it. But it was worth a try. Another spot we could have maybe squeezed, but they get a little bit tricky, those spots. Pocket sevens. Ace comes out, we've got a bluffing spot. Did have a straight. Oh no, we didn't have a straight. We pretended like we had a straight. But yeah, after that, as soon as the jack or something, just around that, it's just hard for anyone to call. Easy to bet, hard to call. Yeah, hope everyone keeps folding. I'm happy if everyone does it. Ace jack suited. Promo. Promo. Yeah, seeing at 31.79. Need a spade. I'm gonna call a CB here. Yeah, he's definitely got a hand like kings or queens here. Because he'd slow down otherwise. But if the turn comes in a spade, it's game on. In position to call. Probably could have called the 6-2 suited. It's taking a long time to check. Still taking a long time to check. He's going to check. Bets. He's going to fold. Oh, ace on the river. Ace on the river. Maybe a king's trying to entice us. I'll put it on kings or queens, but maybe he felt trappy after a while. But all right, gonna bet. Don't have any showdown value, but we hit a 3. Been a nice flush. Ah, limped in accidentally. We're a small pot with king 8. We did 3-bet him, so he could put a queen in our range. Don't know what these guys are thinking. But yeah, queen was in our range. We'll take a 3-bet there with a lot of our premium hands as well. What kings goes in pre-flop. Go 3-bet there with 10-9 just to avoid the blinds from loading the pot a little bit more. Got an open ender. Oh, missed it. So good. Could have called, no, a jack though. Got no showdown value here though. Seven five is gone. Go. Pocket nine's a good hand. It's a very underrated hand. Like water. What's he doing? What a great hand for King Jack. Alright, got a club. He believes it. Good. It's 10 suited is a good hand. Have a steal. Checking behind. We've got ace, but we're checking behind here. Baiting himself in. We should be good here. I like Gus sevens actually. I'm not a real fan of that spot. Yeah, so we called his bluff, and that's fine. We played it pretty weak. Not all checks. When you move in the higher NLs, like the higher limits, you got to realize that he 3-bets us weak. Oh, that's cool. All right, just gotta get out of there. He's trapping. I think if we raised him, might have turned up with something there. But he gave us a chance to see the flop with pocket nines. But with the nice king jack board, we're just getting out of there faster than anything. It's amazing pocket threes held up there. Guy's pretty tight. We do have a medium strength hand. Ooh, close to premium. I guess we can just flat this and just go for a flop. If we hit a queen, it would have been funny. Ace of diamonds is probably the hand. Probably the ace of diamonds is what we want to see. Then it gives us the absolute nuts. Unless the board pairs up and then we're in dire. So because I checked behind and because of his betting pre-flop, this is just a funky hand. I don't even think he's got a king. He might have jacks, he might have tens, he might have nothing. It just was really weird. He might have just had pocket twos, just mucking around. He might have just a weird, maybe suited connector type hand. I don't know. I felt like a low paired hand somewhere. Yeah, so 3,200 now. It's all adding up. But yeah, it's actually, if it makes us, if we go for that whale deal, It seems worth it. I mean, if you're going to be the Octopus Platinum anyway with 35% cashback, sounds really good. Preferably, I wouldn't want to. I don't like a challenge if I'm not going to make it. So if I do the challenge, I'm gonna. I want to make the 400. I want to be the whale. But to make the whale, we need to get to 50 NL within a month, which is pretty tough, really. But if you see where we've come from play money to what we got today. There's a hope of something, but it's still, you'd be lucky to give us 5% chance. Yeah, check here. We're just gonna let go of that one. Just a bit of discipline. Just a board no one hits with double paired board. So you can throw a C bet there. If it's not paired up, just give up on the hand. Right, a decent hand here in the small blinds. Gonna go value town. He's a dangerous board though. Queen Jack does get there, but we do block. We do block with the Queen, the straights. So it just means it doesn't mean he's not going to have Queen Jack. It just means it's unlikely. 10-7. All right, so we're gradually going up. Still, the second table did go down. All right, Ace King suited. All right, it's a dynamic board. Win the hand, nice. Two jacks on the board would have been scary though. So yeah, at the moment, it just feels like we're on a table full of eggs everywhere at the moment. No one's really getting out of line. It's just one out of a couple of hundred hands. Someone's going to turn up and just bet really silly. And that's it. That's all you need to do is learn to steal. Don't stack off. Probably should have raced with the sixes. Going to be a lot easier to get paid off more. Just got to check calling the whole way. Didn't have an ace. So he really couldn't get much there apart from three betting. But he's probably going to fold. If he had it's just a shame that hand. Such a waste. Bit of a dry board. Ace King could be good here. Could be going for value against some of his overcards as well. So Ace King's still a strong hand there. Good call with pocket twos with the ducks. We missed. Actually, we have to call because it's open ender. If he checked to us, we're probably betting there. But we missed our open, our straight. Alright, got a small stack here. What's he doing? Alright, I'm going to bet big. Hopefully the small stack goes along and the other guy folds. I don't want Engels to call. I want Engels out. I just want to go up against the small stack. I'm just going to jam everything here. We don't care. Drawing dead, he had set of queens. What are the chances? uh, the only thing in his set is he's quite tight with the pre-flop raise, but he did call us. We were sizing him up, and we were the ones found wanting. All right, pocket tens, raising that. Night Orc. Forwards gets out of the way. He's got to behave himself a bit though. Shame we didn't hit the 10. Milks us a bit more. Is he scared? Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Been through a lot. It's really hot here at the moment. Just going to go and just relax for a bit. Maybe do another session later tonight. But yeah, hopefully enjoy these videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And let's see what we got. We started with 130. And after all the bad plays that we made, we're at 139. So after, trying to look at what we were doing, we're trying to learn a bit more stealing and all that stuff and just trying to work out where to bluff, where not to. We could have been about 150 at this stage. So it does add up, but we go from there anyway. So I made a good chunk out of towards the silver shrink. That's pretty good. We worked out about the whale promo as well, which we could probably start looking at trying to aim for to get to 50 NL maybe and see if we can get an average of 4,000 FF a day. Because you need to, but even if you fail, what's the rule? Have a look at the fish ranks here. Right, so you got crabs here like for 12,000 for 16 days, right? So shrimp is 6,000 in 16 days. We probably need to be 10L to get through to the crab. Because at the moment, you got to remember I'm on holidays, so I can't really keep up what I'm doing now. But because we're at 5L, 6,000 is pretty easy. But 12,000, twice as much, is going to be quite hard. Like if I was on holidays, it'd get close and I think we could do it. I just have to keep 10 tabling and then go from there. But yeah, and then you've got four, no, yeah, so times it by two pretty much is 24,000. So then you've got a jump of almost 2.8 or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's even higher again. And that's what we get to. That's what we get if we fail the whale. You get a 35% cashback. And it seems pretty good. And look at the spin. For octopus, if you actually made it to that 60, but we'd be on 35% cashback, which means I don't know how much the spin is. Does it say? So you'd probably get a weekly payout of like, so 35%. So 1,000. So 1,000 hands. It's probably 1,000 FP points would be like $3.50. I'd say something like that. Might actually more. Might be actually more. No, it might be $35. Yeah, just to give you an idea, anyway. No, it can't be. It can't be. I'd have to work it out. I think I'm confused. It's probably $3.50, and then it makes more sense because then you've got to actually accumulate that many FP to get to that amount. But yeah, we'd have to maintain 750,000. The killer whale promo, 100 days. That's 50%. There is GG Platinum, 60%, but there is probably no chance of us ever getting close to that anytime soon. We'd have to be playing like 500 NL. Never say never, but far out. We've got a lot more than you guys realize need to go well for us anyway. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys see us improving as well as delving into situations where we're still learning a lot. But yeah, just going from there. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry there's no music. Just wanted to have no copyright to us at the moment. We can play more. We can play copyright stuff, but you can't monetize the video. But also there is some copyright stuff that we can monetize. So some of the techno stuff is alright, but there's a couple of songs there that get blocked, and I accidentally went to the pop stuff last video and it didn't get through because it got blocked 100% visual, so that will never be seen. It's unfortunate because we tried 10NL and then we went back to 5NL. Just showed a bit of strength and character. Just trying to, if it's easy for someone to win, but it's hard to lose, and keep that mentality of going through, fighting hard to get back to the next level. Some people will start giving up. Some people will start wondering, if you're a good player or not. And you know what? We just try and make the best choices and go from there. Thanks, guys. See you later.